many refugees has Poland taken?
0.
You're proud of that?
If you are asking me about Muslims' illegal immigration, none, not even one, will come to Poland. Not even one if it's illegal. We took over 2 million Ukrainians who are working, who are peaceful in Poland. We will not receive even one Muslim because this is what we promised.
But I asked not about illegal immigrants, I asked about refugees. And Jean-Claude Juncker, the Commission President, says that you're racist. You sound proud of the fact that you haven't taken any refugees.
Of course, because this is what our people are expecting from our government. That's number one. This is why our government was elected. But this is why Poland is so safe. This is the reason why we had not even one terrorist attack. Look at the streets in Poland. And we can be called populists, nationalists, racists. I don't care. I care about my family and about my country.
Dominic, is that it? 2 million Ukrainians are okay, but not one Muslim, because that's just how you guys feel about it.
Good evening, Imran. Thank you for having me. It has nothing to do with religion. It has nothing to do with Islamophobia. It's all about safety. As I said previously, everyone is allowed to apply. Everyone is allowed to submit the documents, ask for a permission, ask for a visa, and then our interior minister will decide if he's needed for our society. The difference between immigration and refugees is a legal difference. You are mixing words. It's very important because the difference is quite big. First of all, refugee is the person who flees to the first safe country by the international law. Immigrant, especially illegal immigrant, is not welcome in Poland. This is what we promised, and these words will be kept. Basically, we are not talking about people who are in need. We are not talking about Muslims. We are talking about a law, international law and Polish law. We don't want any illegal migration in Poland. This is what we promised. This is why our government was elected, and not even one Muslim illegal migrant will come to Poland, ever.
Thank you, Madam President. Obviously, this mechanism is just a political tool, so I'm not going to get into it, because everyone knows that this is a political tool. It has nothing to do with the rule of law. So I'd like to give you a message from the majority of Polish people. The message is very clear. It has been out loud 7 times in a row. Polish nation rejected your ideas. Polish nation rejected your ideas of leftism. So you have lost 7 times. Mr. Biedron would confirm, you have lost. Polish society rejected you 7 times. So to let you know, Poland is number 1 with unemployment. Poland is number 3 with management for women. And Poland is number 1, Eurostat, it's your data, not ours, is number 1 as the safest place in Europe. So before you're going to judge, just before you're going to point us with your finger, maybe you should think about Sweden and the rapes on women by illegal migrants. Maybe you should focus on Germany, which is number 1 with all these crimes coming over from illegal migrants, instead of Poland. This is real democracy, and this is not our data, this is Eurostat. Thank you.
Whitechapel in East London. A hardline vigilante group is trying to impose Sharia law on unsuspecting members of the public.
Muslim area, okay? Alcohol, bad. It's a Muslim area.
It's not just drinkers being targeted.
Yeah, you're gay, mate. Get out of here, mate. Get out of here, you're fag.
And women wearing skirts above the knee are also being harassed.
To not dress like that in Muslim area.
Only a handful of men are involved in the self-styled patrols. 5 have been arrested on suspicion of harassment, but we joined others who haven't been picked up by the police. These men claim they're simply tackling drunken behaviour where alcohol's already banned from the streets, but they do share many of the same hardline beliefs as those arrested.
Alcohol is causing so much problems in the area. In fact, it's blighting the area. It causes crime, it causes people misbehaving and drunken and disorderly behaviour.
Would you condemn then the more intimidating patrols where they seem to be trying to impose Sharia law in a part of London?
I'm not here to condemn or condone anyone's action. What I'm here to say is that there's a problem.
Those doing these patrols are revelling in the media spotlight, but actually the number of people involved is very, very small. The vast majority of Muslim people living in this part of East London want nothing to do with vigilantes whatsoever. At the local mosque, Muslim leaders are appalled and have condemned the patrols, which they say are stirring up hatred.
It's done a huge amount of damage to the Muslim community, and it's no doubt going to increase Islamophobia.
Police patrols in the area have been stepped up as the authorities take a tough line.
We will not accept such behaviour. It's unacceptable.
But Britain isn't the only country struggling to contain such behaviour. In Denmark, an Islamist from another so-called Muslim patrol stands menacingly outside a polling station, vowing to stop Muslims voting. In Belgium, these extremists want existing Sharia courts, which handle family matters, to be expanded to cover criminal matters, including un-Islamic behaviour in Muslim areas. And in Larida, Spain, hardline Salafist groups have angered locals by demanding pet dogs are banned from public transport and Muslim neighbourhoods. Several dogs have been poisoned. Leading British Muslims like Baroness Varsi have warned their communities need to integrate better into wider society to stop extremism. In a speech in November, she said, "We've been treating our communities like foreign embassies, where rules from abroad apply and wider society keeps well out of it. And for too long, cultural sensitivities have often led our leaders to become morally blind." But there is evidence that the lack of integration is partly because in many cities across Europe, white people are moving away from ethnically mixed neighbourhoods.
Even without many whites consciously fleeing, you can get a change that's quite dramatic in the character of an area. So here in London, between 2001 and 2011, an area like Barking and Dagenham, a third of the white British population has left.
Muslim patrol, move away from the mosque.
Enormous demographic changes resulting in profound challenges like the so-called Muslim patrols, which the communities themselves are now trying to tackle. Dan Rivers, CNN, London.